Hi, Alissa.
Hey, Katie.
Welcome to our first recording of 2026.
Yay!
It's episode 338.
But this isn't our first episode of
No,
the new year.
This is towards the end of January airing.
Yes, okay.
Okay, let's start with, we've been doing this topic every year for 4 years,
I
maybe?
think this is our fourth annual Hustle Humbly summary of the National Association of Realtors Buyer and Seller Report.
Right, okay, exactly. And for whatever reason, y'all just love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
I think what we did this time was helpful.
Okay.
So this time, Katie took how many pages?
It's 117 pages of the buyer and seller report. That's what I took.
So Katie is in control today of the buyer and seller information.
Yes.
And then I took the 75-page agent demographics, statistics, information, and I have condensed my 75 pages down to 7 pages of information.
Right. So here's the deal. Any person can buy this report.
Yeah.
Okay. They can go onto the NAR website and they can buy the report for like a couple $100. If you are a member of NAR, you get the report for $20.
Mm-hmm.
And so I bought 2 separate reports. I bought the buyer and seller report, which I reviewed, and then I bought your agent report.
Did we do the agent one?
Last time I think we did.
Okay.
And I think it was like $15. Point being for, and I used a little discount that they had on the website. So for less than $30, I got both full reports.
Okay.
Okay. That's a member benefit. Now, you're probably not going to go buy this report. I mean,
that's what we're here for.
That's what we're here for. Maybe you are, but I seriously doubt it. But I wanted to talk before. Normally, we just launch into this and start doing stats. But I decided to visit our good friend, ChatGPT.
Okay.
And ask it how we could utilize the report as an agent.
Okay.
So I encourage you to go as an agent and ask ChatGPT. Maybe you go get the report and you pick some things you want to use, and it will tell you how to use it. So I'm going to quickly go through the ideas for how to use this data I'm about to give you.
Great.
I mean, we're going to give you most of the data.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what do you do with this?
What do you do with it? What's the point? The NAR home buyer and seller report is basically a gold mine of if an agent actually uses it instead of just skimming the headlines.
Okay.
Okay. 1, these are the things you can do with it. Sharpen your client conversations. Okay. Now you can explain to buyers how to find homes, what the timeline should be, pricing, all kinds of things, right? 2, improve listing presentations.
Mm-hmm.
I think this one's huge. Using actual data here is going to help your seller say, oh, you're not just like pulling stuff out of the air.
Yeah, this isn't what you think. This is the data. Yeah.
Number 3, strengthen buyer consultations. Like, how many homes do buyers typically see? What are common financing methods? This kind of stuff. All right. Number 4, guide your marketing strategy. This is my favorite one because if you're talking to the wrong people, the people that aren't actually buying or selling homes, it's not going to be very successful.
Sure.
And we're going to dive deep into that. But so to think about your marketing strategy, use the data. Number 5, identify niche opportunities. Again, that would be who's buying, who's selling, who do I need to be talking to or reaching out to. Number 6, support pricing and strategy discussions with your sellers. Number 7, create educational content. I would caution you to this though. Most people do not go to Instagram to watch the 5 stats from the NAR report. There's
some interesting things in here, but yeah, it's only interesting probably to listen to on a podcast.
So maybe if you want to create some educational content, or like if you want to throw a detail here or there in your email newsletter, that might be good. Anyway.
I think it would be fun to do like story trivia.
Yeah. Or maybe even tie it back into one of your actual sales from the year prior. Like, oh yes, I had this client who bought this picture of this house and here's the data for the whole country.
Yeah.
Anyway, number 8, and finally, reinforce your value as an agent. The majority of buyers and sellers still use agents and value them, so we need to share that. And the bottom line is the NAR report isn't just stats. It's a confidence builder, a client education tool, and a strategy guide.
It sure is.
And I agree with all of that. So now we can get into it.
And my last disclaimer is there was a lot of good information in my section of the report regarding agents on property management stats and commercial stats.
Okay.
I didn't deep dive into those because we are primarily residential.
Right.
But there was some interesting commercial real estate numbers and property management numbers. So if you were in commercial or property management, you may want to go by the agent report.
That's where that data was.
That's where that was. It was pretty interesting.
If you're a newer agent and you feel overwhelmed or unsure what you should be doing next, you're not alone. Agent Systems 101 is my step-by-step course that helps agents build a consistent, professional, and profitable business without adding more to their plate. If you're tired of guessing or feel like you're behind, this course gives you the exact systems, templates, and workflows you need to confidently run your business from first client contact to post-closing follow-up. You'll walk away with a clear plan, done-for-you tools, and the confidence to show up like the expert you're becoming. I'm live teaching the class starting January 21st at 10 a.m. Central and would love to see you there. Sign up at hustlehumblypodcast.com/courses. Okay, I love that. And like you said, yours was 75 pages.
Yes.
Mine was 117 pages, broken down into 8 chapters.
Okay.
I didn't read the whole report, y'all. You don't need to. At the beginning of every chapter is a delightful breakdown of what you're about to see. And then the following pages a lot of them are one chart for a page.
A huge chart for one page.
Okay, but I want to go back for anyone who hasn't listened to the previous years and just give a quick explanation of the actual report. Okay, so this is how it was created. In July of 2025, NAR mailed out a 120 question survey to 173,000 recent homebuyers. Okay, it's a pretty big amount of people who had purchased a primary residence home between July 2024 and June of 2025. So the numbers we're about to share on the buyer-seller side are July 24 through June of 2025.
Sure.
And we always have to talk about, we see things that are changing in those 6 months after that, right? But this is what we're going with. A total of 6,103 responses were received. Okay, so 3.5% response rate. So they sent on 170 surveys, 6,000 were done. Okay, the data gathered in the report is based on primary residence buyers. We are not talking to investors.
Right.
Okay. All of the information is a 12-month period, again, that ends in June of 2025. And we are when I start to give you any of these figures, stats, and percentages, they're all based on the median as the primary measure.
Okay.
Do you know the difference between median and average, which is called mean?
The median is where the majority hang out.
Exactly. So if you do the average of something, like the average price, you're going to pull in all of the outliers. So maybe a random house sold for $20,000, maybe one sold for $2 million in your market, and then you average them out.
And that's not a relevant number.
No, the median is where right at the middle, so it's where the most frequency is.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure everyone understood that.
When I'm on listing appointments, I use average and median price per square foot and day on market a lot.
Yeah.
Like I try to see if they're close together.
Right.
If the average and the median price per square foot, days on market, things like that are close together, it's a pretty good guide.
Well, for sure. If the average and the median are not close, then there was an outlier, right?
There's probably a few outliers, which
they're
means
messing
you're
it up.
not in a cookie cutter neighborhood.
Right.
So,
It's interesting either way.
It is.
Okay. So this report has been published since 1981.
Whoa.
You weren't even born yet.
I was -7 years old.
That's right. I was here. During the data collection time period, the mortgage rates were averaging 6.69. Okay.
The first time?
No, during this.
This
during
year.
the one we're about to read. I just wanted everyone to kind of have a basis.
Okay.
Right? Because I feel like right now at the beginning of 2026, they're kind of hovering at what? 6.1 something?
Yeah, 6.2. Yeah.
So at the time of this period was 6.69.
Okay.
Okay. All right. That's pretty much all on the methodology that you need to know. Okay.
And I'm going to do my best to not jump around too much.
Okay. Well, we appreciate that from you. I am going to do the same. Also, there are several economists and research analysts that are all listed here. It's not just one person's opinion. There's a lot of data analyzation going on.
So much.
Yes. All right. How do you want to go?
Let's just do it.
I have buyers and sellers. Do you have a preference?
Let's start with sellers.
Oh, I love that. Okay, sellers, here we go. The typical age of home sellers. You want to take a guess this year?
40.
64.
Oh, dearie me.
The highest age ever recorded for home sellers.
So the average age the median age of a seller was 64 years old?
That is correct. That is correct. Wait until you hear this one. Of all the homes sold on the market, 81% did not have children under the age of 18 residing in the home.
That's bizarre.
So these people are 64 years old and they do not have kids at home. And y'all, if all of your marketing, for instance, is talking to parents of small children, because that's what you are, and I totally get that, you want to talk to your people, you're not talking to the people who are actually selling.
The majority.
Yeah, what you need to be doing is talking to those people and asking if their parents are downsizing.
Yes. It's like because they're 64, it almost seems like their kids just left.
I mean, I guess it's possible.
And that's why they're selling, maybe.
Well, okay, let's keep going. 34% of sellers traded up in size, so got a bigger house. 32% bought a similar sized house.
Okay.
And 32% got a smaller house. How even Steven is that?
Wow.
It's exactly the same. Bigger, smaller, same.
Yeah.
Okay. 50% of all sellers purchased a newer home than their previous home.
I could see that.
Okay. Which I thought was pretty interesting.
It is.
Okay. Now, this is the one I don't want to share and I'm sad about.
Okay.
Do you want to guess the median number of years a seller owned their home? How long they stayed in a house?
It's a long time.
It's at an all-time high.
Oh, 12 years.
11.
Oh.
And
it is getting higher.
Last year was 10, and now it's 11. I am hating it so much.
Well, was loving all those reels going around the last 2 years of parents putting like 3 sets of bunk beds in a bedroom because they're like, we're not moving.
We can't go anywhere.
We can't go anywhere. We're not moving.
Yeah, well, they're not. They're not moving.
Well, that might be a good time for me to quickly put what the agents said why they felt this was happening.
Okay, before you tell us, the last part of this is just that from the year 2000 to 2008, tenure in the home was 6 years. So it was very standardly 6 years, and it has just been trending up, up, up. Now you tell us why.
So like it used to be people would move every 6 years or so.
So
and now
you would have repeat clients all the time.
Yes.
11 years? There are a lot of agents who have not been in the business 11 years.
Yeah.
To reap the benefits of a repeat client.
For sure.
Right?
Well, 25% of agents say it is the price of houses that are making it difficult to find the right property.
Okay, sure.
I feel that because I remember like I used to have a few neighborhoods that I would always be like, because of the price point and how cute these houses were.
You sold it a lot.
I was like, yes, you need this neighborhood. And I can't believe that neighborhood that used to be like $170,000 is like $275,000 now.
Yeah, so it's like you can't have that.
In a short amount of time. That's what gets me. So they were saying here were the top reasons. The prices of homes. The second reason that people were not moving is that they are waiting for the rates to come down.
Yeah.
They believe that
it's going to
happen.
Yeah.
And then the third is lack of good inventory.
Okay, right.
Like what
makes sense.
want.
No one's moving.
Yeah, there's not a lot out there.
Okay.
And then the last amount is the expectation that prices will come down. I don't think that's going to happen.
No.
I mean, in a lot of situations, they actually can't. The seller would just have to stay there if they overpaid because they can't move, you know?
Right. Yeah. Agree.
So there are reasons why that number is
the
going
tenure.
up.
Okay, so 11 years. Now, let's move on to sales price. The final sales price in this time period was 99% of the final listing price. Now, I think the important word here is final. So if your house started at your listing at 200, but you reduced the price a couple of times to 180 and then it sold for 180,
right.
It's not 99% of the original price. It says it's 99% of the final listing price.
You know what I noticed? A lot of agents this year, in our market for our MLS, if you take a house off the market for 90 days, it resets the day on market. Because so many listings have been sitting the last 2 years, we've been seeing more of that behavior.
Okay.
So then when you do your CMA summary or your chart and your data, it looks like, well, that home sold in 3 days. And you're like, no, it was actually on the market for 175 days.
Plus the 3 days.
Plus 3 days.
Yeah.
And so they also on those charts only see the last list price. They don't see the list price versus sold price and how many price reductions they did.
Interesting. For all sellers, time on the market this year was a median of 4 weeks, 1 week longer than last year.
Okay.
So if you're worried about that, but also when you go to the listing appointment, you tell the seller, expect this to take at least 4 weeks.
Yeah.
If they go into it thinking it's supposed to sell in 3 days, they're going to be panicky and anxiety ridden and calling you all the time. But if you told them when you went to the listing, it's 4 weeks.
Right.
Then then they're just pleasantly surprised if it's less than 4 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, moving on. The method of home sale. So remember, we're on sellers still.
Okay.
91% of sellers sold with the assistance of a real estate agent.
Oh, good.
Look at my smile.
That seems to be holding strong.
Yeah, it's up from 90% last year. So it went up this year, not down.
Yeah.
This is an all-time high. The last was seen in 2018. And only 5% were for sale by owner sales at an all-time low. Okay, so I want to speak to agents about, I don't know that telling sellers necessarily that 5% were for sale by owner is going to do anything, but if you tell them 91% of sellers used an agent, and also tell yourself, if you're just constantly worrying about for sale by owner, there's no need.
Yeah.
It's a tiny drop in the bucket of the total sales.
I say just leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Okay, finding a real estate agent. 66% of recent sellers used an agent that was referred to them or used an agent they had worked with in the past to buy or sell.
Okay.
And 80% of recent sellers contacted only one agent.
Oh, less interviewing.
Listing. Very, very little interviewing. So 66% of them called who they used before, or someone that was referred to them. And then 80% didn't even interview. So y'all, again, don't worry about things you don't need to worry about. Maybe you're going to have to interview, but that's not going to be the norm.
No, I like a good interview. Keeps me on my toes.
Yeah, you like that. Okay, sellers placed a high priority on the following 3 tasks when they were hiring their agent. Help to market the home to potential buyers at 23%. They're telling us what their most important thing is. Price the home competitively, 19%, and sell the home within a specific time frame, 19%. Okay. I also found this interesting. In the methods used to market the home, these are the sellers telling us this, not the agents.
Okay.
They are saying 59% of them said that their agent hosted an open house.
Oh, wow.
That's a lot.
Probably because things are sitting a little longer.
Yeah.
We're trying to get some exposure out here.
Yeah. 87% of sellers said that they were satisfied with their agent and would recommend their agent for future services.
You know, I think really focusing this year on repeat and referral business will not only make you love your job again.
Yeah.
You know, cut out the stuff that you feel like you're supposed to be doing. One stat that I really liked in this topic is that only, do you have a guess at how many agents, active full-time agents, okay? How many paid for leads this year? What percentage? 10. It's actually 30%.
30% paid for their leads?
30% paid for their leads.
Wow.
Through a third party.
Did you think that was low or high? I feel like that's a lot of people.
I thought it was going to be more because I go to all these
and you hear it a lot.
Conferences and I see the headline for all these things that's like get leads and like homes.com is ramping up and you know Zillow's trying new things. And it seems to me when I was going on all the coffee dates, everybody wanted to know where they could just like, I don't want to do the work. Where
just
can I pay? Where can I pay?
Y'all, you're just letting someone else own your business then.
Yeah, so it is a high number.
That's a lot.
But I thought it would be like 45%.
Okay, so you thought it was low, and I think it's just insanely high.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Interesting. Nearly 2/3 of sellers have recommended their agent at least once since selling their home last year. So y'all, not only should you be working your database, it's again, we say this all the time, how you treat your current clients is directly being told to us. 2/3 of sellers recommended their agent to another person within the year of using them.
Mm-hmm.
Do a good job.
That's why I feel like you managing a real estate transaction, doing your best, using every person you met in that transaction, the parents, the friends, like all of those people are going to be your future business
100%.
if you treat it correctly. But I think sometimes they're so worried about getting the next business that once they get someone under contract, they just...
You should be so worried about providing like an insanely good level of service.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hear about for sale by owner sellers since we did sellers first?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, only 5% were for sale by owner, which is a historical low. For sale by owner homes sold for a median of $360,000 in 2024. Agent assisted homes sold for a median of $425,000.
Whoa.
It is a big, huge difference. Now, again, like all data, you can cherry pick what you want to tell someone or use. That sounds like, oh, if I for sale by owner my house, I'm going to make less money. The truth is that most for sale by owners are sold to someone they know.
Yeah.
And that's like if it's passing in a family, they're not trying to get market value necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But again, they could just be pricing it wrong. Who's to say? The most common way for sale by owners price their home. I thought this was fascinating.
How? Zillow's estimate?
Oh, that's interesting. 50% use recent homes sold in the area.
Okay.
So I guess then 41% use an appraisal.
Okay. They paid for an appraisal.
16% did use your Zestimate, used an online evaluation tool, which I think is wild. 15% decided on their sale price based on the profit they needed to make.
Oh, this is what I need, so this is what I'll ask.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And 15%. Y'all, I know these numbers don't add up to, well, maybe they do add to it. No, they don't add to 100, but I guess maybe they can mark more than one. This blew my mind. 15% of the for sale by owner sales priced using a presentation from an agent who they did not hire.
I have had that happen.
Dirty dogs.
So many times.
I know. I have too. I've had him do all the staging I recommended.
Yep.
Do the price that I recommend. I'm like, son of a gun.
That's why I've been using the pre-marketing listing agreement.
Yeah, it's much better.
This year.
Okay, last stat on for sale by owners. 30% of for sale by owner sellers said the main reason to sell for sale by owner was that they sold to a relative, friend, or neighbor.
Okay.
So like they're like, we've already got the person.
Yeah.
I think that's more likely than anything. Okay. That's it on sellers.
That was great. Great information.
Thank you. I hope it wasn't too much.
How about I share a short story?
Please.
To break up all this data.
Yeah.
I had a listing coming on the market, and it was actually a local attorney.
Okay.
So I was honored that they were going to list their house with an agent, and they know a lot about real estate. And as I had been over there a few times, we had done all the pricing. They were pleasantly surprised with my pricing number, thought it was going to be a lot lower. I didn't know this, but they had gotten an appraisal before they called me.
Were you close?
No, I was about $50,000 higher. Which is, I'm pretty conservative.
Okay. Do you know the appraiser? Was it someone you were familiar with?
No.
Okay, keep going.
Mm-mm. And so they were like, wow, so I guess I sort of paid for myself. And then before we had any paperwork signed, we were on the cusp of signing papers, and we were on the cusp of just making everything official. And he called me and was like, okay, the neighbor wants to see the house. I don't know the neighbor that well, but I told him he could go look at it.
Okay.
And I was like, oh gosh, okay. So neighbor goes and looks at the house and has a realtor and writes a purchase agreement.
Okay.
Writes a purchase agreement with, buyer agency side filled out, listing agent side is blank because they're just treating it sort of like a for sale by owner of sorts. Attorney emails me the contract and is like, hey, we got a contract, da-da-da-da-da. And I'm going, I think I was feeling a little in my head like, he doesn't need me. Like,
okay.
He is an attorney. He has a contract. He can just take this and run with it.
Did they pay the price you suggested to list for?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, keep going.
Full price offer of what I said.
Okay.
So I went and sat with Connie, my broker, and was like, I need your words. I feel inadequate. I'm in my feelings. I'm lost my confidence. They don't need me. Like, I don't feel like, and she's like, listen, just call and say, we've done so much business together. I appreciate you. If you want it, I appreciate you sending this to me, and you have blessed my business so much. If you want to take this and run with it, you can, and it will not hurt our business relationship. Which actually I was very surprised for this advice from Connie.
Yeah.
But it's what I was feeling in my gut.
Okay.
So I just like found my big girl voice and made the phone call and was like, hey, thank you so much for sending this contract. This is so exciting. Like, I just want to put this out there in full transparency. Like, we both know that you know how to do this.
Yeah.
You have nothing signed with me. I am happy to let you handle this. It will not hurt our relationship. I just wanted to give you that option.
Right.
I'm also happy to help you. And he was like, listen, I'm going to stop you right there. I need you to handle this. I am busy. I need you to draft a counter. I need you to do this. I need you to talk to the lender. I don't want to be involved in repair negotiations. I want you to do it all. I need you. And I just went, it was like the empowerment that I needed of, yes, like they need it. They want it.
The $50,000 more than paid for you.
Sure.
So like he wasn't losing anything.
No. But could have easily put more money in his pocket.
But again, you provide a service.
Yes.
He didn't want to do the service. He wanted to pay you to do the service.
Correct.
Duh.
And for some reason, I was just having like a little mental block.
I do think that's a really good story for especially newer or less experienced agents. You've been doing this a long time and have done over 1,000 transactions, and you're still like, I don't know. Like, do you yes, he needed you. He doesn't want to do it.
I know.
It's not that he's not capable of doing it.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to do it. That's what he hired you for. Oh, fascinating.
Well, why don't we break it up and look at some agent stuff?
Yeah, give me some agent stuff.
So I was actually surprised at the ages of agents.
Oh, great. I love this.
Because I guess, social media world, I see so many young people.
Because they're on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. But where are you looking?
Right. Yes. But actually, only 12% of agents are younger than 39.
That is interesting.
I thought it would be much higher.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just thought it would be higher.
Okay.
The biggest group of agents is between 40 to 59. Yes. Yeah. That's where you fall. So 44% of agents. And actually the other 44 is 60 or older. So still very much.
It's an industry that people fall into in a second career a lot. So they're older.
Yeah. And the typical agent right now has about 12 years of experience in real estate.
That's fascinating.
That's actually up from 10 years.
Last year.
Last year, it was 10 years.
You see those newer agents are getting out this year.
The newer agents, there was a lot of non-renewals.
Yeah.
During the COVID years, we saw a spike in this number.
Yeah.
Where there was a much higher number of new agents.
Yeah.
They had lost their corporate jobs. They're trying to figure out what to do. But now, the seasoned have survived.
Right.
And we are back to 12 years.
Okay.
So I thought that was very interesting. Right now, as of 2025, 10% of agents had been in the business 1 year or less.
10%, 1 year or less. Okay.
And then 20% had been in the business 3 years or less.
Okay.
So that includes year 1, year 2, year 3.
So 20% total? Or is it
20% total
of the under 3 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have 20% of agents out there that are in those first 3 years. Has that episode aired?
I think so, yeah.
Last week? Week before?
The week before, I think.
We did an episode specifically for those 20%ers.
Yeah, how to get your confidence.
Yeah, you can do this.
First 3 years.
The highest bracket was 25% of agents have been in the business 16 to 25 years. Yeah.
I'm such a normal stat now.
Yeah, you are a normal
I'm right in the heart of the normal stats.
I'm right below you in the 11 to 15 year range.
Uh-huh.
And that's only 9% of agents.
Oh, interesting. Because you got in right after the burst. Why would you want to do that?
Right.
You're in a minority there because they're like, girl, why?
Yes.
Girl, why? Like the people in my range probably made money during the bubble. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're there when things were good.
Sure. That makes
now
sense.
we are just survivors.
Yeah. You have survived.
Twice, I would say.
You've made it.
Okay.
I thought this was interesting. Okay, so 14% of agents have been in the business for 26 to 39 years.
Yeah.
And then 7% of agents have been agents for more than 40 years.
That's a long time. And it's also because people don't ever get rid of their license.
And I see it too, even like with friends in my office and things like that, because with real estate, it's actually pretty hard to retire. I have talked to some of my seasoned agent friends who don't have to do this anymore.
And they're just like, they're
like,
showing
every
up.
year I say, I'm done. I'm retiring. And then an exciting somebody calls me.
Somebody that I want to hang out with.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a fun career.
So I think as they get older, they are so selective.
Yeah.
Can you imagine just like referring out so much that you don't want to deal with because you don't have to?
Yeah.
How fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't decide if I want to, be on a yacht somewhere in 40 years or if I still want to be trucking along.
Well, you're at 14 now?
Yeah.
I mean, you'll hit 40 in 30 years.
Yeah. So I'll be in I'll be close to 70.
I would be shocked if you were still like pounding the pavement.
Wouldn't that be funny?
That would be so funny.
The last real estate conference I went to, there were so many people on walkers.
Really?
And I just went,
oh,
I don't know.
They're exercising their brains.
Yeah, they sure are.
I love it.
So anyway, I thought those numbers were interesting.
Very.
Do you want to look at some income of these people based on how long they've been in the business? It might make everybody feel a little
better or worse.
Better or worse.
Let's hear it.
I don't know. I am always surprised at these numbers a bit. So realtors with 2 years of experience or less did about 3 transactions a year.
Okay.
So if you've been in the business 2 years or less, 3 transactions.
And if you did more than 3, good on you.
You're above. You're above the
average.
stats. Yes. If you have been in the business 6 to 15 years, they averaged 11 transactions.
Okay.
And then realtors with 2 years or less experience had a volume of about 500,000, meaning they sold a few smaller homes.
Yeah.
I had to look at that because at first I read it as income. But it's volume.
Yeah.
The volume of a realtor with 2 years or less was about 500,000.
Yeah.
That could be 2 $250,000 homes. That could be 5 $100,000 homes.
Right. Okay.
And then those with 6 to 15 years of experience had a median volume of 3.2 million.
Yeah. Because they're doing 11 transactions.
Yeah, they're doing 11 transactions.
Makes sense.
Averaging about 3.2 million in production. So I thought that was
interesting.
Yep. And for those numbers, the majority of agents, when answering the survey, said that they worked between 20 and 39 hours a week.
I think this survey is so hilarious because I've answered it many times.
Yeah.
And we all answer 35 hours because I'm pretending like I don't work more than that or that I don't work less than that. But every week is so different. And I just like, in a perfect world, I work 35 hours.
Yes. Well, 36% of agents said they work 20 to 39 hours. 35% of agents reported between 40 and 60 hours.
More. Yeah. Okay.
So
interesting.
Now, 11% said 60 hours or more.
They
need some hustle humbly.
You need a break.
They need some hustle humbly in their life. And then 19% said they worked less than 20 hours a week.
That.
Yeah, I think that could definitely happen. And then for income, real quick, the income of a realtor in 2024, now this is the median across all experiences.
Okay.
Do you have a guess?
For the income?
Mm-hmm.
Pre-tax or post-tax? What does it say? Does it say net or gross?
After tax. The median gross income.
52.
58.
Ooh.
Good job.
Okay.
Which is actually up from 55.
Okay.
From the year prior.
Okay.
And then those who are licensed sales agents the median gross income of realtors was $58,000, an increase. Oh, realtors versus agents.
Okay, what's the difference?
Okay, so realtors average income $58,000, sales agents $41,000.
That's a big difference.
I think it's probably because
they work for builders usually.
Yeah, or maybe I don't know, but yeah, that is interesting. So 27% of agents, which is the largest majority.
Okay, largest
group of agents after taxes and expenses, net income was less than $10,000.
Almost 30%.
Almost 30%
are making less than $10,000.
Yes. The second biggest group at 14% of agents made between $10,000 and $25,000.
Oh my God.
After taxes and expenses.
Oh my God. This is not a living wage.
Low numbers. If you could snap your fingers and have a career that paid you a salary, what would your salary be?
I don't, like right now?
Yeah.
I mean, $150,000.
Okay, well, 4% of agents
were netting that.
We're netting between $150,000 and $200,000. 2% of agents were netting between $200,000 and $250,000.
Yeah, but they were the ones working 60 plus hours.
Bless them. Bless them. So I think this is I wish more new agents could see these numbers.
I think we'd have less new agents.
It just helps set expectations properly. And this could be I've shared this before, but I think one of the reasons I was successful is because Connie set my expectations so low.
Yeah.
That I wasn't discouraged my first 3 years.
Yeah.
I was excited to make $20,000.
I know, but you were a 21-year-old bartender on the side.
It was different.
I just look at these numbers and feel a deep sadness in my heart. Like if you're a single mom or, a parent of any kind or
these are hard numbers.
To leave corporate America, these numbers are not going to sustain you.
You have to have some sort of savings, which actually brings us to a good point. Let's talk about their support.
Okay, great. Let's please do that.
Hold on. Hold, please.
Okay, no problem.
So for their support, here we go. 65% of realtors were married.
Okay.
So they had a spouse
with a
potential income.
Right. Okay.
For those that were not single people, they had a median household income of $132,000.
So the two people together.
Yes.
Great.
The two people together had a household income of $132,000.
Okay.
So the median income after taxes and expenses was $36,000 for a realtor.
So most likely you were going to make $36,000.
So they have a partner
that made $100.
That made about $100.
Yeah.
So that's how
supportive your partner needs to be.
65% of realtors were married to a partner that made about $100,000.
Okay. Or you could look at it this way, Alissa. Maybe these people only stayed in real estate because their partner was making that much, and so they didn't need to make more. Do you know what I mean? Like their enough number is smaller.
Sort of like my friend in my office who was like, I don't need to be doing this, but my kids can drive now.
Yes.
And I've been a stay-at-home mom and I'm looking for purpose and I love real estate and I just want to sell, 3 or 4 houses a year.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfect.
Great.
Whatever you need. But I think it's also ironic coming from us because we are both the breadwinners in our family selling real estate. So it's not like someone is bringing to the table this big salary.
Correct.
Like, so you can't, my point is you can do it both ways.
You can do it both ways.
It is possible.
In fact, 16% of agents are divorced and single still.
Okay.
So they're out
doing
there.
It on their own.
And then 11% were reported that they were single and have never been married.
Okay.
So we have a 27% single population that are out there making this work. Clearly, they are not in the 27% bringing in less than $10,000.
Right. You can't live like that.
Or they wouldn't make it.
Mm-mm.
So it does go into support. And if there's brokers listening out there, when I was brand new doing interviews, the number one, looking back now, it makes me sick to think that there were brokers telling me that I could make all this money so fast.
Yeah.
And that would have probably put me out of business if I thought that was true.
Right.
So I think these are good numbers to understand and make sure that if you set your new agents' expectations properly up front, their likelihood of success and their likelihood of staying with you longer is going to be much higher.
Yeah, that makes sense.
A few more interesting stats on that. Of all the agents, 71% real estate is their only occupation.
It's not super high.
I know. It's not super low.
No, but it's more
not
than
super
half.
high.
But think of another career where 30% of the people doing it is not their it's not their full-time gig.
Right.
I can't.
And 50% of agents who took this survey said real estate is the primary source of income for their household.
Okay.
Which is interesting because of,
Yeah, because of the numbers they're bringing in. I'm more nervous now. I'm getting nervous again. Okay.
I'm just processing.
Please do. Just a reminder to everyone, we will get to buyers next.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to take a breaky break and go to buyers?
I can. Yeah.
That might be good. Hey there, are you looking for ways to save time and money in your business?
Email Templates 101 is the communication system you need to bring ease and efficiency to managing your transactions and clients.
Save time and avoid mistakes, all while providing a high level of service for your buyers and sellers.
In Email Templates 101, you'll get 13 downloadable buyer templates ready for your personal touches.
And 19 downloadable seller templates, plus 6 attachment checklists.
Head over to hustlehumblypodcast.com/courses to get yours today. Okay, so let's do some buyers. This again was the period of time through June of 2025, right? The year prior to that. All right, it's time for you to make a guess.
Okay.
The median buyer age is what? Now, as a reminder, the median seller age was 64. Now, what is the median buyer age? All types of buyers.
35. Gosh darn it.
59. Up from 56 last year. This is the age of home buyers reached all-time highs. Okay. The median first-time buyer age, you want to give a guess on that one? It's lower than 59, obviously.
35.
40.
Wow.
Up from 38 last year.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. And then the typical repeat buyer age also rose from 61 to 62. So repeat buyer, 62, and first-time buyer, 40.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow.
The share of married couples purchasing decreased to 61% of buyers, and the share of single females increased to 21%. Single males, 9%.
Okay.
Okay. Unmarried couples, 6%. Okay. Now, 76% of recent buyers did not have a child under the age of 18 in their home. This is the highest share on record. So remember, the sellers didn't have a kid at home. And as it turns out, the buyers didn't either.
They don't either.
76% of recent buyers. Now, there were a couple of reasons for this. Some of the respondents said that the cost of daycare was keeping them from saving enough money to buy.
I believe it.
Okay, so just having a kid made you less eligible to purchase because you're spending all your money on this kid and rents are high and all of these things.
Yeah.
The other thing the report mentioned was the birth rate is actually lower right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there are less children being born.
Sure.
And it's just an expensive endeavor to have a kid.
And buy a house.
You can't.
Both of those things are very expensive.
It's starting to feel like you can't do both.
Right.
I hate that a lot in so many ways. So the age of 40 for first-time buyers is wild, 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 wild. It is going up every year. And again, if you're using this information to frame your marketing, it doesn't mean there aren't first-time buyers in their 20s.
Mm-hmm.
It just means it's a smaller percentage. So if that's your niche, you're going to have to really work at it.
It's funny because I think my guesses are obviously coming from my own experience. And I still work with so many young people.
Right.
And it's just wild to see.
I'm gonna need you to go back through your transactions and see how because you don't typically know your buyer sellers' ages necessarily.
No, I just know if they're older or younger than me.
Okay, fine.
That's my frame of reference.
Right. So let's do first-time buyers. First-time home buyers decreased in the market to 21% of the market share, down from 24% last year. So
that's a big drop in 1 year.
Not only are they older because it's harder to buy, there's less of them.
Uh-huh.
Okay. This year now marks the lowest share since NAR began collecting this data in 1981. So this is the least amount of first-time buyers there have ever been.
Since 1981?
Yeah. Prior to the Great Recession, the historical norm every year was, do you want to take a guess? What percentage of buyers were first-timers every year?
35.
40%.
Wow.
And we're at 21 right now. Okay, so there are far less first-time buyers. The ones that do make it are older, and this is the lowest amount of first-time buyers we have ever had. Now, on veteran and military home buyers, 18% of recent home buyers or someone within their home were veterans, and only 1% were active duty service members.
Oh.
Okay, just a little tidbit in case you service an area.
Well, on that veteran stat, I have one veteran stat.
All right, let's hear it.
12% of realtors are veterans, and 1% were active duty service members.
So same.
1%.
Oh, 1%. Okay,
This
interesting.
is of realtors.
All right, let's talk. I printed but one graph for my entire section, and it is the age of first-time and repeat buyers, okay? So the median age of all the buyers is 59. Right? So they're older. The median age, remember, for the first-time buyers was 40. But I thought it was interesting to see and the median age of the repeat buyers was 62. But I thought it was interesting to see the age breakdown of all buyers. Okay. So you ready?
Yes.
18 to 24 years old.
Whew.
What percentage of buyers do you think?
3%.
2.
Okay.
That was a very good guess. 25 to 34, where you keep thinking there's a bunch of people, is only 10.
Okay.
10%. Okay. 35 to 44 is 16%. 45 to 54 is 15. Wait, 45 to 50. So 45 to 54 is 15. 35 to 44 was 16. Okay. 55 to 64 years old, 20% of buyers. 65 to 74 years old, 25% of buyers.
That's a huge number.
75 years or older, 11%. So y'all, the 45% of all buyers are the ages of 55 to 74.
Wow.
So if you are only looking for and talking to and thinking about people under the age of 55 as your potential buyers, you're wrong.
Yeah, there's a huge chunk.
A huge chunk. So I just wanted to share that because I felt like sometimes we think everyone is us, and they're not.
Also, the median age of agents this year was 57 years old.
Okay, so is it going up again?
The median, it is up from 55 last year.
All right, so see,
but it makes me wonder, that's about the same age of these buyers and sellers.
Maybe they're staying successful because all their friends are still buying.
Yes, all their friends are still buying and selling.
So look, if you're listening and you're an agent in their first 3 years, but you're over 55, you're in a great spot.
You are.
Go talk to all your friends.
A plethora of referral opportunities.
It's probably a great second career for an older person.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Okay, do you want to finish your agent stats, or do you want me to do the characteristics of the homes we bought?
Well, you just said it would be a great second career for an older person.
Tell me what you got.
So let's look at what the prior full-time careers of realtors were.
Oh,
shall
no,
we?
the actual careers.
Yes, and you are going to just be another perfect stat.
Let me hear it. It's the retailers.
Yes. The 16% of realtors were in sales and retail before they got their real estate license.
Correct.
Coming in at a close second at 15%, they were in some sort of business or financial management. Sounds like corporate America.
Okay.
Somewhere in that realm.
Okay.
8% came from office admin support.
All right. Probably most of them in real estate offices. They're like, dang, these people are making some money. I'm just going to do that.
Yes. 7% of agents were in education.
Yes, we have teachers all the time.
All the time.
I was a teacher. I am still a teacher.
Yes, we get a lot of emails from our listeners letting us know that they are teachers.
Okay.
Only 6% of agents, this is me, real estate is their first career.
First and only?
First and only career, 6% of all realtors.
It makes sense, though, because of the ages, right? Like, you're not having a lot of young agents. You're not having a lot of first-time careers. Okay.
And then another 6% came from the healthcare industry.
Yes, that makes sense, too. I feel like I get a lot of nurses. Yeah.
And then 3% came out of the construction
I feel
industry.
like we could overlay this chart with careers that you burn out from.
Correct.
Like, I don't want to work in the office anymore. I don't want to work in retail anymore. I don't want to be in healthcare anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just go sell some real estate. I don't want to be a teacher anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
burnout, burnout, burnout.
Yeah. And also they work hand in hand. They're still service related.
They are.
Anyway.
People.
Okay. Are you ready for now the characteristics of the homes?
Yeah.
Or do you want to do your final? Okay. All right. So 12% of buyers purchased brand new. Okay. New house. Buyers typically purchased a home that was built in what year?
1985.
1994, which is a rebound after the last 2 years during which buyers typically purchased built in the 1980s. So that only says to me either more new houses are being built or more people are opting, because, these older people are buying the houses. They don't want maintenance.
Right.
Okay. Give me a square footage size of the typical home purchased.
2,100 square feet.
1,900. 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay, convenience to the home buyer's job has continued to decline and is now at a 31% reason why they were choosing that house. So the convenience to their job, not the biggest deal. Down from 34% last year and down from 38% in 2014. So
I'm surprised it's still going down.
Yeah, right.
Because after COVID, it spiked because everyone's remote. It doesn't matter where we live.
Yeah.
But now, 2025, I felt like more of my clients were
took it into account
back in the office.
Yeah,
weren't.
And they
still
picked a
lot
house.
of remote or hybrid people.
Yeah,
but I guess even if you're hybrid, you don't mind making the commute
twice or 3 days. Yeah, true story. Okay. Overall, buyers expected to live in their homes for 15 years.
Ooh.
We know sellers are staying for 11. Buyers are saying, I'm staying for 15. While 28% said, I'm never moving.
Okay.
I don't need to remember your name, Alissa, because I won't be moving again.
You do need to remember my name to tell your friends.
Is that wild?
They need to go back and listen to the Forever Home episode we did.
I know, because I don't believe in that. All right, this part is so fascinating. This is the home search process. Okay, this is the part you're going to need to relay to your buyers that are just starting out so they understand what's normal. Real estate agents played a crucial role with 85% of all buyers utilizing their services, the highest of all the information sources. So they need their agent, 85% of buyers.
The agent was sending them.
Yeah, they were using an agent, okay, instead of Googling it or just going through like an online whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. While all buyers use the internet in their search. Okay, they all do. It used to be like 90%, 92, 90, all of them.
Right.
Everyone's on the internet for their search. 70% of buyers are using a mobile or tablet device.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is only important if you are running a website that is important to your business. It needs to be mobile friendly.
Can we pause here for some stats on websites?
Oh, please.
I thought this was very interesting.
Okay.
What percent of agents would you say have a website? Not a broker website, but like a personalized Katy.com.
15.
68.
Have their personalized website?
Have a website.
I would argue that you're wasting your money.
Well, you are correct.
Tell me why I'm right.
You're going to die at this stat. I had to read it like 10 times.
What is it?
I'm gonna let you read it. Okay. In case I'm reading it wrong. This tiny sentence right here.
The typical realtor brought in 0 inquiries and 0% of business directly from their website. So 68% of agents thought, I'm going to have my own website. I'm going to spend so much time on it. I'm going to do the colors and the logo. And 0% of said agents got a single inquiry.
The only inquiries I get from mine that I made so long ago are like people trying to fix my website.
Like a spam. Oh, even better.
Let me make your website better. Do you need cleaning or janitorial services?
No, if you are looking to cut an expense this year, let it be your website.
Yeah.
0% inquiries. What was the part after that sentence? I didn't finish the sentence.
Okay. Social media was reported to bring in 1%.
So how do you spend your time versus how do real agents actually get business?
I know.
Hello. 0% from your website, 1% from social media.
Yes. So 25% just used a website developed by like their broker.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. That's not right. This is a big number.
Oh,
it is.
You're throwing me off now.
I'm sorry. Okay, 25% made their own. Like, this is my website.
Me.
I pay for a
Alissa.com.
website. Yes. 43%, this is where I fall. Well, 43% their broker, when you join, gives like Alissa.compass.com or whatever it may be.
Sure.
You know? So 25% it's the 25%ers that need to just maybe let it go.
What is the 68 you told us to start with?
68 have a website. So 43% of all people who have a website.
Yeah, look, it's fine if your broker provides you one. If you're doing 0 work and it's costing you 0 money, who cares?
Yeah.
But it's not doing anything.
No. I've actually been thinking about just going and deleting mine.
I mean, I don't see any reason why you need it.
I don't either.
Okay, interesting.
Okay. One word.
Wow, that was wild.
0%. Of
0
business reported.
I like
from
that you
their
read it
website.
10 times. You're like, that can't be right.
0.
No
like,
inquiries?
0?
None? Zeros? All right. Are we ready for the home search process? Okay. So we heard that they are using their mobile and tablet devices. Open houses, while not as popular, were still deemed very useful by 43% of buyers.
Yeah.
Who'd have ever thought open houses would come back in such a huge fashion?
I still feel like, where else is an agent going to sit and have a real human walk in the door?
I mean, that's it. That's it. Okay, the length of search, where the buyer finds their home. The buyers spent a median of 10 weeks searching for a home. Then when they say where they found the home, they mean like 52% found it through an online search, 27% found it through a real estate agent, 9% discovered it through a friend, relative, or neighbor, okay? Buyers are saying that the most difficult steps are finding the right property, with 56% of buyers highlighting that's the hardest thing. just to find the right property.
It takes forever.
First-time buyers in particular found understanding the process and the steps to be a significant challenge at 38%. So first-time buyers are like, the most difficult part is understanding what I'm supposed to do.
Well, we need to do our job better, help them understand.
For sure. Additionally, 31% of first-time buyers cited saving for a down payment to be the most difficult step. I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's hard.
Okay, let's see. We're nearing the end here.
Yes, we are. Hang in there, guys.
I know you're doing a great job. How the buyer purchased their home. 88% of homes purchased were made through a real estate agent or broker.
Okay.
So what do we say it was for sellers? 91? It was 91.
Yeah.
88 buyers. 88% of buyers.
I almost feel like I don't know. I can't imagine. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 63% of new home buyers used a real estate agent buying a brand new home.
Oh, okay. New construction.
New construction. So that number it's not as many people, but it's still high. While a striking 92% of buyers of previously owned homes relied on an agent. So it's very close to the seller number.
Yeah.
So the only reason why the number gets pulled down is because some buyers bought straight from the builder. Okay. Now, how did they find their agent? 43% of all buyers find their agent through a friend, neighbor, or relative.
Number one.
First-time buyers, it's 49% from a referral. So it's even higher with first-time buyers. 41% of repeat buyers found their agent through a referral. And 18% used the agent they had previously worked with to buy or sell the home. I just don't understand.
Yeah.
You're not keeping up with these people.
Right.
And then most buyers interviewed, guess what? Only one agent.
I just went on a listing appointment last night. They bought their house in 2021. And then they were like saying something. Yeah, when we bought it with that agent, what was her name? And the husband was like, I don't know. I'm like, that was 2021.
Yeah,
not that long ago.
5 years ago.
And they could not remember her name. And here I am for a listing appointment.
Well, that's why you're there. How'd you get the listing appointment?
A referral. Someone said, call Alissa.
Okay. At least 89% of buyers expressed satisfaction with their agent's responsiveness, knowledge of the process, and honesty and integrity. 91% of home buyers would use their agent again or recommend them to others, but only 18% did.
Yeah.
After purchasing within the last year, 62% of home buyers have already recommended their agents. So again, just like the sellers, 2/3 of sellers, 62% of buyers are going to recommend you if you're doing a good job. So do you want the referral? Do a good job with the people who are current.
I think agents think they're in my database, so they're mine. Unless you are using your database and keeping in touch,
forgetting you.
They forget.
They're forgetting you, and they mostly remember you during the process.
Yeah.
So do a good job. Get that referral during the process. All right, we're on to financing. And good news, it is the last set.
Okay.
74% of all buyers finance their homes. Okay. Median percent financed for first-time buyers was 90%. So they had a 10% down payment. 26% of home buyers paid cash for their home.
Whoa.
Continuing to be an all-time high because one, people have a lot of equity from their last home, and two, they don't want this interest rate.
Yeah. Even people who could pay cash didn't. A lot of them when the rates were so low. Yeah.
I remember. I feel like it was Oprah that used to. People would be like, Oprah even has a mortgage because you can use your money to make more money.
Right.
It's better if the rate is low, but if the rate is higher, it's not so much. Okay, so the median down payment among all buyers was 19% down, 10% for first-timers, 23% for repeats. This is the highest down payment for first-time buyers since 1989, and the highest down payment for repeats since 2003.
Okay.
Okay, and then lastly, the share of first-time buyers using FHA loan has declined from 55% in 2009 to 28% in 2025.
That's because there's not as many first-timers. And FHA, I feel like, helps those first-timers.
But it even says it's the share of first-timers using it.
Yeah.
What percentage of first-timers use an FHA is even getting smaller.
I see.
And thus concludes buyers.
Wow. Okay, well, I'm just going to run through some of these towards the end. Okay. We're going to talk really quickly about how agents are working as far as what sort of firm they're with.
Okay.
So 55% of realtors are working with an independent company.
Okay.
38% of realtors are working for a franchise.
Okay.
Okay. And then this is how long agents have been with their current firm.
Oh, fascinating.
What do you think the median is? What do you think the majority of agents, how long have they been at their office? How many years?
5.
6.
Okay.
6 years, which is slightly up
Okay.
from 5 years.
People are staying longer.
People seem to be staying a little bit longer.
Or the shorter career people are getting out. So the numbers also may be skewed because it's more agents who've been in it longer.
Maybe.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah. 77% of realtors are solo agents.
77%.
Yes.
Does it tell you if that's up or down?
No.
Okay, keep going.
22% of agents are part of a team.
Okay.
How long do you think the average agent stays on their real estate team?
3 years.
Yes.
Oh,
You're so good at this.
Ding, ding, ding.
Okay. For the team people out there, 36% of realtors have been on their team 1 year or less in 2025.
Okay.
36%.
Because they're leaving after 3 years at best, right? So a lot of turn.
11% have been there 2 years or less. 6% have been there 3 years.
Okay.
And the median number is 3. Majority.
What is the percentage of how long did they go up to? Have you always been on the team?
4 years or more.
4 or more.
Yeah.
And what percentage is that?
49%.
So half of the team people, but that's not a lot when you think about it.
Yeah, 50%.
50% leave.
50% of your team is going to stay longer term.
Yeah.
And the other 50% is always going to be
always moving
in and out, in and out, in and out, which I think makes sense.
Totally.
A lot of them were citing that as they grew in their career, they wanted a bigger piece of the pie.
Yeah, they didn't need leads.
They were starting to get repeat and referral business themselves, but then were having to share their income.
Yeah.
Which
makes sense.
Makes sense because when you're new and you don't have any income, the team is sharing with you.
Yeah, right.
And then you outgrow it where you're sharing.
I don't want to share with you.
Yes.
Okay, I got this.
So I think that all makes sense.
All makes sense.
Okay. I just found the team stats a little interesting.
For sure.
And then social media, real quick rundown on this. Members continue to use social media. 72% are mostly using it for personal use, though. But I think that this is a hard survey to conduct because as agents, I think to build relationships online, they have to know who you are.
Right.
They need to see you walking your dog, what you like to do for fun. Oh, by the way, I'm showing this house. I'm selling houses. So they're like, oh, I get to know her. I see what she's doing at work. It's a combination effort.
Agreed.
Okay. But the number one platform is still Facebook at 76%.
Remind me the median age of an agent.
57.
There you go.
Okay. LinkedIn is in second place at 54%.
Y'all, Gary keeps saying we're sleeping on LinkedIn.
We got to make sure your LinkedIn is updated. Instagram, 52%.
It's a lot.
YouTube drops to 28%.
Okay.
Twitter, 13%. TikTok, only 12%.
Well, again, there's not a lot of buyer activity in the younger, buyer-seller activity in the younger
and
ages.
These percentages are all based on people using it professionally.
That makes sense.
As part of their real estate business.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then Pinterest, 6%.
Oh, fascinating.
27% of all agents reported they don't use social media.
Oh, wow.
27%.
A third of 8, almost less than a third, but
yeah.
That's a lot.
So that's our quick social media recap. Okay.
Love it.
Really quickly, just because I have seen in our market that drones are becoming a thing with,
listings.
All the media that people are doing for their sellers. Video tours, drone tours. all these online tours. So 45% of agents in 2025 hired a professional to use a drone in their business. 7% got their own drone and just do it themselves.
Okay.
They do their own. I know a few agents who have done this. 11% said that their office has a drone person for them that does listing content. 8% said, I have not been using drones at all, but I think I will.
Okay.
I might, I don't know.
You're telling us your opinion?
Yeah, I don't know where I fall.
Okay.
Where do you fall?
I haven't. If I had a piece of prop, like a house with land or a lake or maybe a cool looking pool.
Yeah.
I just feel like it would be house dependent.
I agree.
Not
every
like my
time.
general practice. I mean, do I want to go into a first time buyer cookie cutter neighborhood with a drone video? I mean, I just don't know that this is necessary.
Right. Well, 20% don't use drones at all at this time.
Okay.
That is pretty much a recap of how things are looking
for the agents. I find these reports to be so fascinating.
I feel like I learned a lot. It was very interesting. I think it was more interesting this year as we've been in some transition years.
Well, it's starting to make more sense. Remember last year when we did it, we're like, these numbers don't make sense at all to what we're seeing in the market.
Because they were from the year prior.
Right. And things really made a change in the end of 2024. So when we did this report at the beginning of 2025, we're like, this is not helping.
My biggest takeaway is that the rate of first-time home buyers is at the lowest level.
I have been saying, and will continue to say, and have no solution for the record, I am so disturbed by the affordability crisis and how are people going to be able to purchase a home and let that be. A lot of people, that's the only way they build generational wealth or like are able to retire or, it's a lot of times people buying a house, especially in those first-time buyer groups, that's their biggest investment. And that's the thing that grows. Like, I'm disturbed. Every time another one of these neighborhoods gets built that's just for rentals, like owned by a corporation,
it makes me sad.
It just makes me very sad.
It made me there's a lender in our market who stays really up to date with all the grant programs, bond programs, specialty programs for people in healthcare, for people in the service industry, like firefighters, policemen, teachers.
Yeah.
It makes me want to call her and be like, did you know this? We need to be advertising these for the young people even more so that they, like when I met my last sale of 2025 was a couple that literally walked into an open house that I didn't want to be at. And they were so nice, and they had their little 3-year-old girl with them. And they were so funny. They walked in and said, we want to buy a house, but we don't have any money, so we're just looking. We're just being honest. And I went, oh my gosh. And I just thought they were funny. And we started talking, and he said he was a teacher.
Yeah.
And I said, did you know there is a grant program out there for teachers?
Yeah.
And they got pre-approved, and they bought a house.
Right. And they thought they were never going to buy a house.
They didn't even know. So this could be an opportunity. Like, I want to go call some lenders and be like, hey, what can we do?
That's a good idea.
Interesting information.
So interesting.
I enjoyed this, Katie.
I'm so glad you did. I love data.
Sometimes I have a bad attitude.
You typically love data.
I do. It's just when we get this report, it's a lot to sift through, but it also is like, I'm doing it for you guys.
Well, the most important part of being a good agent with confidence that people want to hire is that you actually can speak intelligently about the market. When people ask you, how's the market? And you just say good.
Yeah.
You don't sound like an authority. If someone asks you about selling their house in a neighborhood that maybe is a lot of first-time buyers or downsized or whatever, and you say, did you know that the age of first-time buyers has increased to 40?
It almost makes me think back. I know this episode is getting a little long, but in my early years before I had kids and was just part of volunteer groups, and my mother-in-law invited me to come to this women's group with her that meet for lunch and talk about, economic things and political things. And I was so young, and they were all in their 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was in that group for many years and got a lot of business from it.
Right.
And then just left it when I had kids to then be the volunteer parent at room mom and at the school.
Right.
But honestly, if you are not sure about where you should be finding people, maybe being the younger person in an older group that helps them run their website, helps them with emails.
Well, all the buyers and the sellers are in the older group.
Or in the older group. Maybe you need to step outside of your bubble and join some organizations that have an older population to network there if you're looking to grow your database.
I still think there is an argument to be said. If you've been talking only to people, let's say you're 35 and you're only talking to people who are 35 with kids and we're all in this together and we're all going through the same thing, why don't you start talking to those 35-year-olds about their parents?
Yeah.
Like, what are your parents doing? Do they need help? Are they downsizing? Are they coming to live with you? Like, are they moving around from state to state?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
These are the people who are actually buying and selling.
And that's why this data is good, because it bursts our bubble of what we think.
Yeah, we just think everyone is like us. Everyone is doing the same thing as we just make up stuff.
These stats surprised me.
Oh, for sure.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. I think we're still doing toast.
Okay. Yeah.
I hope so. If you have a toast for 2026, please email us.
Yeah.
And we'll get it on
We would love for you to
show.
send us a voice note.
or a video.
Or a video.
Even better.
If you send us a video, we'll put it on our YouTube at the end of this episode.
Doing your own toast.
Doing your own toast. If you want to do just audio, that's fine too. We'll just share your voice toasting your people.
Yeah.
Send us a toast. We're running low.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Wait, before you go, if you enjoyed this episode and if we brought you value, take a minute to rate the show, leave a review, or drop a comment.
We are giving away our best stuff for free. Find it at hustlehumblypodcast.com/freebies.
We'd also love to see you in Hustle Humbly community. Join us there at hustlehumblypodcast.com/membership.
We love chatting with you in our DMs. Find us on social media at Hustle Humbly Podcast and say hello.
If you have an episode topic or someone you'd like to toast on the show, please email us at team@hustlehumblypodcast.com.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Hustle Humbly Podcast. See you next week.